Okay. Oh, I'd create lots. I would first of all create a doggy palace of some description. Okay. Haven't really given it a lot of thought because I don't particularly want to have to do a lot of work here. But I want to make life for them and their dogs. And that might just be holiday palace, might be a stray palace, might be a place where everybody who loves dogs can come and groom their dog, learn how to groom, and all of that. I do all of that. I would also really like to have something like it's not clear cut. A place, more than one maybe, but a place where all the people who need help, and I need to rethink that, maybe not all, because I might not be able to fit them all in. But anyway, lots of people who need help. I'll start small. We'll have one place to start with, somewhere I can get to easily because I'm lazy. I'll have lots of other people with me. We will provide, and there'll be lots of different provisions. So there'll be provisions for people who just need to come in and have a chat, have a cup of coffee, somebody to talk to. People who need to come in and have more than a chat, but not necessarily all the rules that go with therapy. Some therapy stuff, some hypnosis stuff, some place where they can come in and do body, not me, but somebody would do something with their body. So just this amazing place. Now, obviously, it can only be amazing if I'm all over it, right? So the risk then is, how do we trust all these other people to provide at that level that I want to be able to provide? So a cloning machine would be essential. So I could be in every room. But it would be just wonderful to have a centre. That's maybe the word I'm looking for. A centre. Not too rule bound. A place where my creativity, everybody else's creativity, no rules, well, some rules, some protocols. But let's see, what can we do? What can we do so that the lives of the people who want some support and some help, and that might be a place where kids who are having rough time at school can come in and do creative things that release them from some of the ties that bind, and people who are struggling with anxiety can. Ruby Bax did a frazzled cafe. I don't know. Yeah, do you know that? I don't know how that ran, but just even the idea that on a Saturday you just drop in, you have a cup of coffee, and there'll be people there that can. So Maggie's Centre was a bit like that in a way that it had a little bit of formal therapy, but there was also a huge wooden table and cakes, and you could just sit and chat. Just, I'm waiting for my husband, or yeah, I've just come in and I just need a breather because I've just had my therapy or my chemotherapy or something. So just a place, but continually improving. An idea comes, oh, let's just do that then. Let's try that out tomorrow and see if that works. If we want to have a choir, we'll have a choir. We want to sit in the garden and put seeds in the garden, let's do that. So it would have to be quite big. So there you go. That two, I've got two. I don't know how I'm going to find the time, but then they're cloning me, so we're all right.
Wonderful. I love that. You know what I would do if money was no object, because there'd be lots of it? I am realizing that the work that I'm doing on these beta courses, I am meeting phenomenal women. And there's so much work that needs doing that I would create something with an army of people that reaches out to different women in different ways. I would create and train and get people to help me cultivate either a program or and train coaches or some way of getting this message out. And I would have retreat centers where people of all shapes and sizes that have hated their body, felt disgusted in the body. I would have rooms where it's dark. I've trained as a curvy yoga instructor as well. And I would have rooms that are dark with not candles, because that'd be dangerous if you're dancing or moving, but where there could be these rooms where the body could show up, do some movement, do some dancing, receive this nurturing love to go into these deep, into the guided visualizations and meditations and be, do you know what? Honestly, I'm surprised I'm saying this, but I would create a worldwide something and get specialists, not specialists, I don't want specialists. I want specialists like not, I'd want women, people, and we'd all create something to work with each other. Because I reckon if we did that and we could reach as many people as possible, it would literally change the world. Oh my God. Now I'm like, a big hit for yourself. Who are you? But do you know that's the first thing I would do? Because I would, well, no, I'd probably go on a big holiday somewhere and maybe get a holiday home. But do you know? But and then the other thing is, I watch a lot of kindness videos and laughter videos. I watch them, and it's like, oh my God, the things that you could do with money just to give away and share in random acts of kindness and in really big ways as well. I would love to do that from the heart. Do you know what I mean? And of course, we'd have a, like, maybe holiday nice places and all those kinds of things. But I would definitely love to do random kind acts of kindness for people unexpected and give stuff. Also treat lots of different people in different ways, including myself. I have a facial regularly and all of that. But joking apart, I'm surprised at what I'm saying, Kaz, because I feel I'm onto something. I'm not quite there yet, but there's been some phenomenal results from these women, and it's them doing the work. And I'm like, we're on to something here. But because it's just me, it's exhausting as well. Um, but I'm like, oh my God, if I had an army of people, yeah, then I would probably create something over the next year or so.
I think it's very much to do with my own self-development. And learning about myself. And actually, I suppose I think it's to do with mainstream education, actually coming from the point of view of a teacher, ex-teacher, who was who at the end of her career just felt very unhappy with mainstream education. I felt very sad about mainstream education. And if mainstream education is to continue to exist, I would desire for it to be totally destroyed and rebuilt because it follows a patriarchal system that's no longer relevant to humanity. I think there needs to be a whole new curriculum that I might get a lot of critique for this, but that teaches men to be men and women to be women, but not in the 1950s patriarchal way, to be in a more consciously respectful, reverent way for the unique power that each of the two provide, which I think we're losing at a rapid rate, really. I would want to see the way in which people communicate to each other be part of the curriculum, so that they are communicating authentically, but communicating authentically with respect. That's not to, I'm not judging the need to release emotions in however you need to release, but I think as adults we need to take more responsibility for how we share our emotions with others, because I do think we should share, but often when we share in a way that we are unable to listen to one another. I think women particularly are being manipulated into a very masculine energy to survive or even to thrive in society, and it's not serving women, and it's not serving men as well. So yes, I think if I had the money and you know, I could make a wish or a dream, it would be to do with that. Something I tried to do when I was in primary education was allow children to lead their learning, and in those lessons it was always the lessons that the children came into the classroom and said, "Mrs. Metcalf, are we doing this today? Are we doing this today? Please say we're doing this today." And the other thing that I remember, I tended to spend a lot more of my break times and dinner times sitting with children who were having conflict with one another. As a mediator, I guess, I just kind of naturally fell into that role because everyone sought me out to do to come to. And one girl, older girl, year 6 girl, who I just felt a lot of love for this particular girl because she was truly authentic in every possible way. But she was always involved in some kind of conflict or other. And she said to me, "You should be a counsellor." And I really felt that all children needed access to that kind of curriculum that they're not getting. I would make 5 rhythms part of the curriculum. And of course, in 5 rhythms, there is nothing is right and nothing is wrong. So even if it means that the lads are going to be sat there doing nothing, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Because I do believe they'll get something from it, even by witnessing others. Okay. But in the patriarchal system, that sitting out and witnessing others is seen as not working, not doing anything, therefore not valued. And that's why I feel, the education system needs to be completely. I don't think you can take the education. I don't think I could take mainstream education out of the system because humanity doesn't have the skills to be able to nurture young children. There is in pockets, there are in places, but not collectively yet. So I think there needs to be a new collective mainstream education that will help people and help children. So yeah, that would be my dream. I was going to say something else actually.
I did say I think what you said is absolutely wonderful, by the way, and feel free to say more.
The other bit I would say is I really, really do want my wooden house in the woods where I can just escape and be me and listen to the mice in the attic at night when I'm sleeping and all of that. So there is that part of me.